Hello. I'd like you to imagine you're sitting down for your class final. You've studied the material over and over. You know you're ready for this test, but as soon as you open that first page, your mind goes blank. You try to focus, and you do pick up a rhythm, but the person's chair next to you squeaks. You lose your focus again. Your foot begins to tap rapidly. You try your hardest to concentrate, but every calculator click, every eraser squeak is drawing your attention away. It's agony, and a wave of hopelessness washes over you. For some, you might be waking up from a bad dream, but for others like myself, this is a harsh glimpse of what it's like to live with ADHD. Being diagnosed at a young age, I have firsthand knowledge and experience of this disorder, and that is why today I'll be informing you of some of just what it is, and then we'll look into the signs and the symptoms. We'll also discuss the theories of the causes and the links to those causes, and also examine some of the treatment methods available out there today. So ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This is a chronic condition, and you might know that means it will never go away. So while most children do display some tendencies of ADHD, children with ADHD, they're not going to grow out of, these symptoms. And the symptoms can actually combine and create subsymptoms like insecurity, anxiety. It's really nuanced and unique to the individual. No two people with ADHD have the same disorder. It's more complex than you'd think. It's also one of the most common neurodevelopmental disorders out there. It's estimated that approximately, and I know this is a wide range, but 2 to 11% of children worldwide have this disorder. And interestingly enough, boys are more than half as likely to get it than girls. So, we've talked a little bit about what it is. Let's talk about the signs and the symptoms. Starting with hyperactivity. All children, again, are hyper, but children with ADHD are abnormally active. They will run, jump, or climb around when it's inappropriate. In adults, this can be seen as a constant feeling of restlessness. They have trouble sitting still, or squirming, leaving their seat when it's unnecessary. They always need to be on the go or in motion. This kind of speaks to the mental aspects of the hyperactivity, but speaking nonstop or yelling constantly. With inattention, both children and adults can become easily confused or distractive, often having trouble paying attention to tasks or activities. They struggle to follow directions or follow through on instructions. And also, they're forgetful, often forgetting their possessions or, keeping a mental calendar of their activities. Impulsiveness kind of feeds off the other two symptoms, but I think it has some characteristics that are worth mentioning. The first being unrestrained emotions. Frustration, embarrassment, those can come off as, screaming or yelling, sometimes even violently with a punch or a kick. Actions without forethought. Children will leap or jump off of things without considering where they will land, or they'll interrupt others without consideration for others. Constant need for attention, either it be positive or negative. There's just pay attention to me. There's always, they feed off of that attention. So we know a little bit about what it is. We've talked about the signs and the symptoms. So what are the causes? I think it needs to be said, though, that the main reasons have yet to be discovered, although through research there have been links discovered to ADHD, and these common factors we'll discuss right now. The first being parental exposure. It's well known that alcohol and nicotine consumption can have a vast array of fetal issues, and ADHD has been linked to those. It's a little bit more rare, but severe brain injury, as we learn more and more about this vast symptoms you can receive after getting a brain injury, we are linking ADHD to those injuries. Premature development, infant prematurity has also been linked to ADHD. And probably the most common would be genetics. It's estimated by the American Pediatric Association that if a child is diagnosed with ADHD, they have a 1 in 4 chance of having a direct family member also diagnosed with the disorder. So it does run in the family. So those are some of the main causes of ADHD. Let's talk about what can be done about it. The first I would like to say is observation. It's not really a treatment option, but it's definitely a critical step that will affect your future decisions. This is a combination of regular doctor visits, both on one-on-one and with the parents involved, and consistent observation and supervision. Also, the school teachers can provide constant feedback to everybody involved to find the best treatment path. The next I want to talk about is counseling. Psychotherapy and behavioral training and coaching, those can be great tools to help children open up about their feelings, learn how to cope with this disorder. And meditation, mindfulness, and yoga, they have been found to be incredibly helpful. While yoga is a strenuous activity, while also combined with deep meditation. So they help sufferers of ADHD become more grounded and calm. And probably the most common would be medication. There's no one pill fits all, and it's really kind of a trial and error just to see what side effects outweigh the benefits. And really, medication is best. It provides the best results with some coaching or behavioral therapy. So I've talked a little bit about what ADHD actually is. I've hopefully enlightened you on its signs and its symptoms, the theories surrounding how it manifests, the treatment options available, and of course, while it takes us a bit longer to learn the developmental skills needed to succeed, with the right treatment, many people with ADHD live completely normal lives. Thank you.